Izzy from Black Honey, welcome back on the show.
Hey Jasper, what's up?
What is up? That's your album is finally out. It's in the world, Izzy.
I can't believe it. It's actually here. People can listen to it.
How was it to drive around London and see your band on all the big billboards?
So surreal. Every time we turned around a corner, we'd be like, "It's not gonna be there," and then it was.
What was the best space you saw your own poster?
I think it was the massive sort of movie style billboard. They had it outside a Tesco's car park in Hackney, and my band just stood outside it, just being like, do you recognize me? Like, everyone was just posing, waiting for the general public to be like, oh yeah, you're on that billboard.
It's also cool to see this happening. The vinyl is amazing as well. There is a blood version. Who came up with the idea of that vinyl?
Yeah, it was me. Everyone kind of like reluctantly agreed that it was a good idea, and we just found ourselves sitting in Chris's house with a trained phlebotomist round with a box full of medical kit and needles and stuff. And at that point, everyone was like, "Okay, this is happening. Let's do it."
And you can still buy it on the website, right?
Yeah, there's like 100 left now, I think. So if you don't get a blood, sweat, and tears one, then you snooze, you lose.
It's so cool that the album is out now. It's called Written and Directed, which is for me one of the best album titles of this year so far when you listen to the music. And I read somewhere that you don't read the reviews of this album online. Why is that?
Because they make me so nervous, and I feel hypersensitive to everything that's going on around me. So that if someone, like, I don't want to like read a review and see an opinion which is negative and like start letting that manipulate the way that I work or the way that I see what I'm doing, because I think I'm quite sensitive like that.
I read some of the reviews and they are all good. So you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, you know what? That's such a relief.
Really?
Everyone just talks about reviews in front of me and I'm just like, oh, don't want to hear, don't want to know.
But do you read the comments of your fans online, or are they like reviews as well for you?
I read comments for sure. I love replying to people, but the comments are always kind of nice, and if they're trolls, I just delete them.
But I like the album. I like the way the album is built up, because it's so diverse. It goes from Disinfect, which is a guitar banger, to Beaches, which is a soundtrack-ish song, and the maybe most personal song, I Do It To Myself. Was it scary to share that story because it's so personal?
Yeah, totally. Like, I think listening back to it now is almost like listening to another person. It's a really weird sort of out-of-body experience where I feel like, oh, it's actually someone that was in quite a bad shape and maybe did need help but was in denial about it. So now I'm like, I'm not that person, but I am. But also feel like I'm looking back at myself. And I guess that's why music's special, because you can learn so much about yourself through the process of making this art and having this ability to look at yourself externally.
And your fans can listen to that song and maybe they are experiencing the same.
Yeah, I think so. I like to think that everyone, has like a connection. Everyone that has a connection with what we make can relate to that song, but it's kind of early days, so I don't really know if it has made that effect yet, but I like to think it will.
I can't wait to the first Black Honey show, which will you will play Disinfect and maybe this song as well. That must be from heavy guitars to that acoustic guitar, maybe. How will that happen on stage?
Good question. Well, we're actually going to do I'm going to play acoustic guitar for Believer and a bit of Do It To Myself, and I think the rest of it will all be guitar, like electric guitars plugged in, and the brass and stuff we're doing like electric guitar like versions of it. But it sounds massive for what we've done in the studio already. I'm really excited to hear it.
Did you already play the whole album in its entire life once?
Not the whole album. We did like 5 songs last September, and then we did a few songs last January, so that it'll be interesting to hear it all together.
Yeah. But that must also be weird because this album was finished a while ago in the studio, right?
Yeah, it was finished in like beginning of 2020. We started it in October 2019. I'm just so pleased it is out. It feels like it's been such a long build up and such a big wait for me. And I knew like I knew that I had this in me for like 2 or 3 years now. So
Yeah.
just to be able to show everyone where I've been at is such a great feeling.
Are you already working on new stuff in the meantime?
I am, but it's super early days to be honest. I've had a little
Yeah.
bit of a break. Lockdown hasn't not been creative. Like it has been creative, but it's not been as creative as I usually am. And I'm trying to not be like harsh to myself about that and beat myself up about it. I'm just trying to like take it for what it is and like just ride it out, ride this journey out, how it's come. But um so there's like a kind of sketch. I kind of know that I want to do an EP, maybe like a bedroomy thing, and then maybe a
Wow.
record like that. But I'm not sure yet.
That won't be a big guitar banger album because your neighbors will be mad at you.
Yeah, well, maybe there's going to be a heavy album after that. Maybe it's like one section of acousticy things, one section of heavy rock again. But I just haven't. I'm so early that I like don't exactly know what I'm working with yet. But we'll see.
And there is an album now. It's called Written and Directed. Which song of the album should I play now on the radio? Which we maybe haven't heard on the radio?
Fire.
Why that one?
That one is like a feminist anthem, and I feel like it's a song that like my friends all texted me saying that they felt like they really needed in their lives.
And we need that in the Netherlands as well nowadays. Still, we need it still. So let's play it. I would love to talk to you about the guest stars on the album as well, because Mike Kerr from Royal Blood is on it, Carl Barrett from The Libertines. How was the work with them on this album?
Amazing. Like Mike from Royal Blood's been like a long time sort of mentor, I would say, of mine, and he's always helped me with songs and like given me ideas and stuff. So I really enjoy having him always part of the process, and I think he always will be someone that I like play demos to and get help from. And then Carl Barat was kind of out of the blue, really. My producer just texted me saying, "Hey, Carl wants to come in today. Do you want to write with him?" And I was like, "Oh my god, it's like a lifelong dream to be able to write with one of the Libertines." You know, I was so nervous going in, and then luckily, like halfway through the day, I was like, I was really nervous about this, and he was like, "No, I've really enjoyed it, and I think you're really, good songwriter and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, thank God, thank God for that." And I was like, "I better deliver because he's my hero, and I really don't want to disappoint."
So maybe you could go on a next tour with Royal Blood and the Libertines and Black Honey as well.
Yeah. If they're listening, guys, let's make it happen.
Can we expect you on the next Royal Blood album as well? Because they're releasing an album as well in a month.
No, I haven't done anything on that record. But I've definitely like been like listening to some of the songs before they've come out, and there's something definitely to be really excited about.
I can't wait for that tour to happen, because you talked about maybe a tour with you playing acoustic guitar on Believer. Is there still a tour in the Netherlands planned as well with the pencil in the agenda for you?
We're working on it. It's tricky with Brexit.
Yeah,
but we're looking
as well now, yeah.
But January 2022 is hopefully what we're looking at. If we can come
earlier.
That's a
great time, yeah.
If we get booked earlier, we will, and we'll let you know, and we can tell all your listeners. But at the moment, it's looking like that.
But next year is good as well, Izzy.
I'll take that. I mean, getting out of England right now.
Yeah, thanks for your time again. It was nice talking to you, and I'm gonna play now that song Fire on the radio.